Getting CE marking right is a significant achievement. But the moment your product enters the market, a new set of legal obligations begins, and most startups and SMEs have no system in place to meet them. Post-market surveillance isn't a bureaucratic afterthought. Under the machinery regulation, GPSR, MDR, and other EU legislation, it is an ongoing legal requirement, and the absence of a functioning PMS system is increasingly a market surveillance finding in its own right. Post-market surveillance is a closed loop, not a one-off task. It means collecting data on how your product actually performs in the field. Complaints, returns, service records, distributor feedback, social media signals. It means analyzing that data to detect emerging trends before they become serious incidents. It means having defined escalation criteria, corrective action processes, and reporting pathways to authorities and notified bodies where required. And critically, it means feeding what you learn back into your risk assessment, technical file, and declaration of conformity when something changes. CE Step 9 builds that system. For most startups and SMEs, post-market surveillance exists in name only. Complaints come in and are handled case by case. Nobody is watching for patterns. When a significant incident occurs, there are no predefined criteria for deciding whether it warrants a safety notice, a recall, or a report to the authorities. And even when something is identified, there is no process for updating the risk assessment, the technical file, or the declaration of conformity. For medical devices under MDR and consumer products under GPSR, regulators are now looking at PMS systems specifically and finding them absent. CE Step 9 is a structured AI-assisted workflow that takes your product's risk profile and applicable legislation and builds a complete, tailored post-market surveillance plan with defined data sources, monitoring workflows, incident escalation logic, corrective action processes, reporting obligations, and feedback loops back into your technical documentation. It turns PMS from a vague obligation into a repeatable, auditable process your team can actually run. The guidance opens with an input baseline drawing on all 8 previous steps, particularly the risk assessment, residual risk list, NB involvement status, and any existing complaint or quality processes. 5 structured AI prompts then build the complete PMS plan. The plan structure tailored to your legislation, the monitoring workflow from data collection to corrective action, the incident escalation logic across 3 severity levels, a self-check against a complete regulatory checklist, and a final integration summary showing exactly how PMS outputs feed back into your technical documentation. The feedback loop is explicit, documented, and audit-ready. Take an automated welding cell with residual risks including arc flash, fume exposure, and mechanical entrapment distributed to industrial customers across the EU. CE Step 9 defines data sources specific to this product type, sets a concrete trend detection threshold, and establishes 3-level incident escalation criteria with specific actions, reporting obligations, and documentation update requirements at each level. A significant incident involving unexpected stopping triggers formal corrective action and NB notification. A serious incident involving entrapment injury triggers an immediate safety notice, a recall assessment, mandatory authority notification, and a full review of the declaration of conformity. The integration summary maps every PMS output pathway back to the relevant CE step. This is a system that actually works, not a compliance exercise. Ad hoc PMS planning that typically takes 4 to 8 hours now takes 60 to 120 minutes. With a documented, audit-ready system, your team can actually run and repeat. CE Step 9 is available to download now at ce-automation.lt, ready to use with any capable large language model. Or download the complete CE Steps 1 to 9 series, the only end-to-end AI-assisted CE marking workflow covering every stage, from first applicability check to ongoing post-market surveillance. CE Step 9 completes a system that takes your product from the very first applicability question, does CE marking apply? All the way through to an ongoing post-market surveillance process that keeps your compliance alive after market launch. 9 steps, every stage of CE marking. Structured, auditable, and aligned with EU regulatory expectations. For engineering teams and compliance professionals at startups and SMEs who need to get CE marking right without a large regulatory department, this is the system. Visit ce-automation.lt to download individual steps or the complete series.